So I want to introduce a tool that we're going to use for progress monitoring in social studies. It's in the form of a Google spreadsheet currently, and with social studies, it's a little bit more difficult to track and progress monitor than, say, a subject like math, where it's a lot more cut and dry in many ways. With social studies, there's a lot more concepts, and so we had to decide on four major categories to progress monitor, and we base that off the college, career, and civic life framework for social studies that has been developed. And in that framework, they say that geography, civics, history, and economics are four really important strands of social studies. So we've developed pretests that we give on a unit by unit basis that are based off of that. In the pretest, we'll check for students' knowledge on geography, and specifically their knowledge in geography on certain C3 goals, which are listed when you hover over the category. So here are two geography goals that are specifically aimed at in this unit. Then here's a few civics goals. Here are a few history goals. Here are a few economics goals, all part of this particular unit that I am pre-testing and post-testing on. Each additional unit that we covered is going to do the same thing. So here's a few new geography goals that are specifically aimed at the Mesopotamia unit. Here's a few new civics goals, a few history goals, and a few economics ones. Now, a cool thing about this chart is previous charts we've used, if a student does really poorly on the pretest, say in geography specifically, he gets like 2 questions out of 10 correct. That's a 20%, and it's going to light up red. That shows that obviously this is not a passing score. Maybe in the post-test, though, 2 or 3 weeks later, his score raises to maybe a 70%. Now that's not quite where we want it to be, but at least it's passing, so it's going to light up in yellow. And over here, the cool addition to the chart is net growth. So in geography specifically, the net growth here for this student, student A, is 50 percentile. So he has raised 50% in his score. If the student did really well, or did pretty well on his pretest in geography, and then somehow went down and did worse in the post-test, obviously something's wrong, and it's identified here as a negative net growth, so we can focus on that student and figure out what extra help they need or interventions they need to get back on track. If a student gets the exact same score both times, it's going to light up in, it is going to light up in yellow over here in the net growth and show 0 net growth. So this is a student that's kind of on the bubble that we can work a little harder with to increase their score if we try a few interventions as well. But hopefully you're seeing really nice increases, and you're also seeing a lot of green in the post-tests showing that the student is in fact improving to a really excellent grade. And it does this for every single different strand, civics, history, economics, each one. It shows the net growth and so forth. Okay, so that's one progress monitoring tool we're going to start implementing, and hopefully will help us a lot in this progress monitoring push.